Hey everyone, this is a very special edition of Shots of the Week from the Wausau Curling Club. It's Shots of the Highlander Bonspiel. We're starting with Kim Rudkin at the Blackhawk Curling Club. This was a Friday night matchup. Look what she's going to do here. She is going to try to bump these two red rocks, and that's going to fire into that yellow one and try to sit shot. Here she comes down the ice, bringing some weight. She's got to get a lot of rocks to move. Hits one, hits two, hits the yellow one out of there. What a shot to start us off here. Look at it from up above. Bing, bang, boom. Sitting for, looks like 5 right there. But the very next shot, Dawn Nan from the Madison Curling Club. This is the very next shot. She has to get through this port, and she's going to try to hit and stick for 1. A tight port after her counter skip. Just made an amazing shot. Here she comes down the ice. And look at this. Sweepers are on it all the way, holding the line. And look at this. Perfect hit and stick for their 1. What an amazing shot. Brooms up from everybody. Look at this again from up above. Coming right through the port and hits it clean. What a way to start out our shots of the Bonspiel. Next, we got Allie Cornish from the Sociable Cider Works. She's also got a tight port to work with. Hers are out in the guard zone, though. But she's going to bring some weight, try to hold it line, have the sweepers hold it through there. Here she comes, and right through that port, and hits it, and spins them both out of there, but reducing the amount of yellow rocks in the house. A great shot from Allie there. Then later in their game, Anna Dick from the Wausau Curling Club, her skip, she has a shot at 5 here. She has to hit this pretty perfectly, though. As we see from up above, she's got to hit it right on that inside corner of that yellow rock to push it out. Still has a shot for 2 if it jams on those rocks, but Anna's going to come down. The sweepers are going to hold it. They're going to get by that high guard up there. And look at this one. Hits it perfectly on edge. Yellow one's gone, and her team is sitting for 5. What a great shot there as well. Get it from here. Little tap, rolls it under, sits for 5. Next up, we have Lisa Landon, also from the Wausau Curling Club. A lot of rocks in play, and she's going to try to get a little bit of a angle raise on her red rock right here. Bringing some weight. Has to hit this one nice and square on the side. Here it comes. Pops it over, and that's going to go right into the button. Let's see. From up above, does she get the 2? Sure does look like it. Spins it in there, gets her team the 2 points in that one. Next up, Sally Augustine from the St. Paul Curling Club. She has a lot of rocks in play, but she is looking to do just a little bit of a flash of this yellow rock right here and redirect her shooter into the house and preferably against that rock. Old school delivery, picks up the stone, brings it down the ice. She's got to bring enough weight where she still has some momentum coming off of that rock. Here comes a little bit of a kiss. And look at that, spin right in and still push that yellow rock even further out of the 4-foot almost. Look at this from up above. Here it comes. It gets a little bit of that kiss and slides right in, nuzzling up right on that pin. What a shot. Next, we have McKenna Lewis from the Madison Curling Club. We're going to start off with just her delivery, and you're going to see why in just a second. You see a lot of rocks next to her. All right, here she comes. Nice release. No rocks in the house. Just because it's shots week, that doesn't mean you need to do some fancy takeout or have some cool raise. Sometimes you can have a really, really, really good draw. You know the phrase, you couldn't walk it down there any better? Well, she couldn't have walked this one down any better. Look at this shot. Look at it from up above. That is perfectly on the pin. It's just like another extension of the rings there. Beautiful draw right there from McKenna. Next is Kathy Garci from the Milwaukee Curling Club. She is looking to angle that yellow rock into the house, try to get that point, and the wind. This was going to be the final shot of the game. Here she comes, and look at this one. Has to have the perfect amount of weight. It has to just nudge it in there, just a little nudge, a little push in there, and she gets it. Her team is pumped. Thumbs up. Number one's in the air. Handshakes. That ended the game right there. What a shot to finish this game off. Look at it from up above. It's coming in, and just a little bit of a touch. That's all she needed. Perfect weight on it, perfect delivery for that shot. Next, we have Jean Rice from one of the newer curling clubs in the state, the Rhinelander Curling Club. She's looking for a little hit and roll action. Hit it right on the inside of that red rock and roll it in. Here comes the delivery. Sweepers are on it, trying to hold that line, trying to hit it nice and square so she gets a little bit of a roll under cover, and she does. Look at that. Beautifully done. Brooms are up. Her vice is pumped up about the shot. Big thumbs up there. Look at it from up above here. It's coming in. Hits it right where it needs to be for that weight. Rolls it right into the forefoot. Nicely done by Jean and the Hodags there. Next, we got Melissa Stenger from the Chaska Curling Club. Big shot here, close game here in their matchup on Sunday. Got a little bit of an alleyway to go through, and they're going to try to hit this red one out of play. Try to get more than one by nuzzling up against it. Here she comes with the shot. And it's looking good. Gets by the first guard in the alley. It's going to sneak by the second guard in the alleyway. And she hits this in the absolute perfect spot it needs to be to pop that red one out and to stick around for 4. What a shot here. Take a look at this. Had to hit it right there to pop the red one out and sit for the 4. Nicely done. And then the very next end, the 8th end of this game, Sarah Barr, also from Chaska. She is going to have what we call the delivery of the week here in a second. She's looking to double these red ones out in the 8th end. Take a look at it from up above. Just trying to double those out. Trying to get those out of there. And it's delivery of the week because you loses her balance there. But hey, she still throws a perfect double takeout. Takes both the red ones out. Keeps both of her rocks in play at a critical moment in that 8th end there. Take a look at this. What a shot, even for falling down. If I could fall down to make shots like that, I'd fall down a lot more too. Next up, we got Michelle Jameson from the St. Paul Curling Club. Looking to get a little bit of a hit and roll under as well. Look at that. Just got to hit it right there. A lot of rocks to contend with out front. That's the big challenge here. She gets by the first guard, and she's going to give a little bit of a kiss off of her own, but still hides it perfectly into the forefoot to sit 3. Take a look. Just a little smooch off their own. Nothing too much, just a little peck even, and hits it, hides it for 3. Nicely done. Up next, we got Melissa Hying from the Wauwatosa Curling Club. A lot of red rocks to contend with here, but she's going to try to get that yellow one that's in the forefoot out of there. She's got a spot to do it. She can come in with some control weight, and she'll be able to. Here's the delivery. Here comes the shot. Sweepers are on it, trying to hold that line as they come to the guards, and look at this one. Hits it beautifully to just pop it out enough where they go from yellow sitting 1. Now with that little hit, they are now sitting 3. What a shot right there. And then her skip, Allie Wangard from the Wauwatosa Curling Club, with her final shot of the end, has a chance for a big end. If she can hit that red one there, push it back into that yellow one, try to get it out of there, they have a big scoring opportunity here. Here comes the shot. Sweepers are on it. It's curling nicely, gets around that guard, noses the red, hits that yellow one back. Hands in the air for that one. What a shot. And then we look at it from up above. It's coming in, and a little pop, pop, and sits for at least 4, maybe even 5. But a really impressive shot to get a big end there. And we got Darcy Olson from the Blackhawk Curling Club. She's going to try to angle raise this yellow rock into the rings and try to hit her own yellow, which is going to pop into that red one and try to sit for shot. Here comes her delivery. Got to bring some weight to move a lot of rocks around. Here comes the guard, and she's going to angle it, hit the one in the house, and hit the red one out of the forefoot. What a shot. Everyone's pumped about a little thumbs up there. Yeah. Look at this. Perfectly executed. Great job by the team. A good team shot there as they swept to hold on to it. Those are your shots of the Spiel. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys all there next year.